Okay. So I started stream, by the way.
Apparently, there's a ton of outages right now. Oh, you started stream?
Yeah, hopefully it's like working properly.
I mean, find out, I guess. So I can't even freaking view the channel right now. My internet's just not allowing me to use YouTube.
Okay, it says it's live. That's a good sign.
Oh, yes, it's live, but without the thumbnail.
Why didn't the thumbnail show up? Wait, what? It says it right here. Thumbnail. How is it without
At least I'm listening to it, and it sounds good for both you and me. So at least the audio's good.
But the thumbnail's here. I'm confused. How is there no thumbnail's there? All right. Anyway, I guess I can stop.
In fact, now that it's live, I could probably add the thumbnail from the YouTube studio. So don't even worry about it. I'll just do it now.
Okay. Well, I guess we don't need to share my screen anymore. So what were we talking about a while ago? All right, Immortal's video.
Yeah, Immortal, did you want to give a recap since it's a new stream? Just for all those that didn't hear yesterday, Immortal, I was hoping you could give a recap on your video so we can talk about it.
Please, deafens. I don't think he can hear us.
God dang it.
What's this message?
Kamui, why is this night a freaking wreck? Why was the last night a wreck? I hate this. I hate this. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I don't know if you can tell. You can tell. I'm mad.
I messaged him saying we're back.
Okay. Well, anyways.
Well, is it time that I can finally look at the podcast topics yet? Oh,
yes.
Immortal's back. Okay. Take it away, Immortal.
Immortal!
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay.
Now, looking at chat here.
But anyways, so...
Apex Caliber says, who do you guys prefer? Ishiki has to kill to mess with Boruto. I nominate Sumire. She's important to Boruto, but not so much to the plot.
Wasn't there an anime episode that was related to the novel, mentioning about how Sumire is connected to the Otsutsuki dimension and how the Jogan also is connected to all this as well?
Yeah, that's the first arc of the anime. But
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I still think Himawari is realistically the best person. Because the problem is Himawari and Sarada aren't as disposable. But I don't think, I hate to say it, but I don't think Sumire is enough to make Boruto despair. And it's not because she doesn't care about her, but it's like pretty blatantly clear that Sumire is not Boruto's number one. If there's going to be any relation to the prophecy, Sumire is not everything to Boruto. Okay? She's just not. And so, while that works in that sense, I just don't think it's enough. Like, unless that's like the straw that breaks the camel's back type of thing, but that requires more people. You know, kind of like in the Pain arc, you know, Naruto loses Jiraiya, then Kakashi, Tsunade's in a coma, the village is destroyed, Shizune dies, and then he sees Hinata stab. You know, it's one thing after another. It's not just Hinata. So, but again, then you gotta kill off like 5 different people. So...
Yeah.
Who would you guys pick? I just feel like Himawari is the best person, though. But the problem is I don't want her to die. I feel like he needs to think she's dead. But she just doesn't die, I guess. Like Hinata.
Apex, to answer your question, shouldn't Boruto and Momoshiki's soul/personality be fully merged by now? I don't think so. First of all, because Kawaki would have the same thing, and I don't think that's true to Kawaki. But I don't think that can happen. Because otherwise, Momoshiki would be looking forward to that, and that would just happen naturally. Momoshiki wants to take over control. So I don't think they can, or Momoshiki even would, merge with Boruto. I think if he could, Momoshiki would choose to stay separate from Boruto because he's an inferior creature and all that.
Yeah.
He just doesn't like Boruto. He just really hates the kids. So. Do not think they are or will combine souls.
Yeah, I don't think they're any more merged. Like they were. I don't think their amount of merging has changed. It's just their Momoshiki noticed their thoughts crossing over in that one scene, and even then, like they kept popping up, and like Momoshiki kept showing up. So I don't even think it's like a whole lot different. It was just kind of like a one-time thing. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't.
For
think,
example, with Kurama and with Naruto and Kurama, Naruto and Kurama have their own souls. Kurama does have a soul. Naruto obviously has a soul. They both also have their own chakra. With Caesium 1, it was a tug of war. Naruto was siphoning chakra. That's similar to what Boruto does with the Karma Seal. When Borushiki takes over, that's almost like Caesium 2, to where their souls are individual. Boruto's not in control at the time. Momoshiki is, but they're using Momoshiki's power. With Baryon mode, they're combining their chakras into a new chakra, but they aren't combining souls still. So there's like three layers of this, but the entire time, nowhere do their souls combined ever. The Karma Seal's extraction wasn't about combining souls. When it hit 100%, Momoshiki's soul was going to essentially take over Boruto's soul, and Boruto would cease to exist. It wasn't going to be combining or fusing souls. Boruto was going to be erased. It was going to be like a copy and paste, to where it's overwriting Boruto. He's no longer there at all. So nowhere does the Karma Seal combine their souls at all, or genetics, or anything. And there's nothing in Naruto's franchise, I think, that combines souls. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kamui. I think that's true.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any example, even in filler, where some soul was combined.
You could argue maybe Blood Prison movie, but that's an implication. Same with maybe Edo Tensei. We don't know what happens to the original body's soul when the soul from the summoned lands comes and invades it.
It seems like it just goes to the Pure Land, like at that point, like once it gets taken over.
So you agree they die? I'm glad you agree.
Well, we don't know like if it happens like, so we don't know if like their body is dead yet until it's released, but
pretty odd.
Which is what I'm referring to, the body itself, not necessarily their soul.
Yeah,
so like Fu and Torine, Fu's soul may have gone to the Pure Land, but his body, I think his body might still be alive as Torine's using it. If that makes sense. For why it needs a living sacrifice.
Would you count that person as dead? When do you count Fu dying in that case?
So yeah, and so in that case, I think
because this goes back to what is
soul is dead or your body is dead, you're dead. As long as one of them's dead, your count is dead. Okay. So obviously, in the case of Hakurama, someone would say he's still alive, but his body's dead. So I would be perfectly fine with saying he's dead, and that's kind of how he makes it seem like he's a ghost more so. So I think that just works better. If your body's dead, you're dead. If your soul's dead, you're dead. So like you rip out someone's soul. In that case, the body dies soon after anyway, because the soul's gone in Naruto. But anyway, in this case, Fu would be dead, but his body's still alive, while Torine's using it as Edo Tensei. Obviously, there's no concrete answer.
What about the opposite, to where if someone's body is dead, but their soul is still in there and alive for whatever reason?
I think they would be dead. They count as dead. I mean, obviously, in the case of Naruto, their soul would eventually leave soon enough. Anyway, that just is a thing. But yeah. So even like if you go to a filler episode, there's a filler episode when Naruto Part 1, forgot the dude's name, but he got trapped in like some curse thing, so he was basically a ghost. Where he's like his body. I can't remember what the jutsu did to his body. It was like in the hospital or something, separated from him. But he was like a ghost, and I believe at the end of it, when the jutsu was released, he just was dead because his soul left his body. Which isn't exactly what you're saying, but the point is like it didn't matter that his soul was around, like his body was dead by the end of it, and so he just died. Because I think the guy they were keeping his body alive. in the hospital. But then the bad guy, I think he took like a needle. He killed his body basically, if I remember right. So obviously he's still not in the body in that case, but he's just dead at that point, regardless.
Last one is Tsunade's boyfriend, Don. While he is using his soul jutsu, his soul is out of his body. Is Don dead at
No,
that
because
time?
his body
when he's
isn't
using it?
dead. His body isn't dead when he does it.
But his soul has left the body. which
Correct,
was
but his
one of your
body's not
criteria.
dead.
So he's not dead then, is what you're saying?
Yeah, because his soul is still on Earth and his body's still alive. So it's like Ino's mind transfer basically at that point. Like you're not gonna say Ino's dead.
Yeah.
She's like asleep, as almost. But if Don's soul went to the Pure Land in that case, I would say he's dead, even though his body's alive. Which is what I think happens to the Amaterasu. I can't believe you don't know who Dosu is. Like, I can
Kamui, a
freaking
guy
not
who
know
It's been a
doesn't know
while
who
since
Dosu is
Immortal.
agreeing
Do you
with you.
realize
That's
who
it.
we are? Do you realize who you're talking to? And you just said, who is Dosu? Immortal. Do not ever ask me that again.
It
or
has
I will kick
been
you out
a
of the stage.
while since I've seen. It has been a while since I've seen like OG Naruto.
You should.
I
If
plan
there's
on-
one character you should remember without seeing Naruto ever, it's Dosu.
The reason, well, okay, listen. Okay. No. I see
Dosu's
you.
literally the
I
best character in
see-
fiction.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Okay, perfect. You agree. Continue now.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just looking at the stream and I just see you. I see your mouse, your cursor on near the microphone and everything.
I forgot I was sharing my screen for like the last 40 minutes.
I know.
Just
I
didn't
know,
even realize
but it-
that.
I know, but I hope I didn't like trigger you to the point where you actually were about to kick me off the stream.
No. Well, Immortal, what do you have to say about Dosu?
Okay, Dosu is one of the best Naruto characters out there.
All right.
No,
Good.
okay, you're chill, Kamui. Okay,
Good.
okay.
Oodie, thoughts? Thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's okay for me.
All right, perfect. No, let me
I
ask
just
you
made
a
it a
question,
poll in the
Immortal.
YouTube chat.
What are your thoughts on Kimimaro?
Kimimaro.
Bone guy.
Okay, so my thoughts on Kimimaro.
Out of curiosity.
Yeah.
He-
Answer.
I feel like there should have been more
Answer-wise.
done with him.
Oh boy, Immortal.
No.
You,
Okay.
You have 3 seconds.
Okay. What I mean by that is like I wanted to see more of Kimimaro. I wanted to like see
As you
more
should.
of his jutsu. Yeah, I wanted to see like more of his jutsu. And don't move into the audience, please. Don't move.
Now, just to elaborate, the reason why is because he is a perfect character, one of the best in all of fiction. Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew. That had me worried for a
Okay,
second.
So Immortal, how long do you think my Kimimaro video is? You know, Kimimaro, the character that doesn't have enough on him. How long do you think that video is of mine?
Probably like a
Out of
good
curiosity.
15, 20 minutes.
13, 20 minutes. Interesting. Kamui, do you want to correct him or?
Well, I don't know how much has changed in a while, but what I will do for you, Immortal, is give you a hint. So I want you to put in perspective our video reaction rate in the sense of how long it takes to react to 1 minute of a video. You know, if you had to guess how long that is off memory. 1 minute of video. How long does it take us to react that? Me and Oodie.
Probably a good 30 seconds.
Okay. So clearly you're a little bit out of touch, out of reach with this podcast. So on average, I'd say we've sometimes longer, but I feel like about 1 hour per minute is pretty normal for us. We have done 2 hours on average. Sometimes I think one
Immortal.
time you did like 6 hours off the first
Immortal.
minute, but so you're not thinking
Immortal,
big
I'm just
enough
gonna
here.
say you just didn't think there, because 30 seconds per minute, we would have to watch. We'd have to react to the video at 2 times speed without pausing.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like a minute, like an actual minute video.
Well, that would still apply in that case.
Again.
But either way, yeah. So it takes us like an hour on average. So you're not thinking big enough here. So I want you to try again to answer Oodie's question. How long do you think is Kimimaro videos?
How long do I think what is Kimimaro?
His video. Let's see.
Immortal, are you okay tonight?
Yeah. Let's apply the knowledge you just learned.
God, I feel like I'm being interrogated here.
Well, if you prefer, we can use a Biki style of interrogation.
No.
You do not prefer that, I promise.
So, real talk though, I think might be 10 minutes.
Oh, I feel like you went in the wrong direction.
Oh no.
Like
I don't understand, Immortal.
Oh, yeah,
like
we
you
tried.
had evidence point A, and then you were given evidence point B, and instead of connecting the threads, you went backwards.
You went to point negative A. So, I think you're thinking in the wrong units here. Instead of minutes, instead of seconds, I think you need to start thinking in terms of hours. So we're gonna try again. How long do you think the Kimimaro video?
Get it right.
Oh god, this feels like a good cop, bad cop scenario. Like, we're gonna try this again.
So, Immortal, stop. Any
okay.
answers?
Maybe an hour.
I mean,
I don't know if I stuttered
in the
when I
right
said it,
direction this time.
but I said you need to think in terms of hours, plural.
Oh,
not
hours.
At least
2
you
hours.
moved in the correct direction. All right, you got it. My Kimimaro video is 2 hours. Congratulations.
Okay. Yeah.
My
It's
original
probably
answer was going to be:
but
is it
it's
still
at least-
2 hours, or did it get longer? But
Oh, God.
no, by comparison, how's that Attack on Titan
As
video
now,
looking?
it's the plan. I haven't updated the script. I don't know if I told you this. I should probably just update the script, but it's probably at least 150 pages, likely 200 by now.
Now, how many pages is the Kimimaro video at?
But to be fair, I also decided to make it into multiple videos, but you already knew that.
Yeah. But if it was going to be one video, what would it be?
Technically. Again, I have like a freaking novel of phone notes at this point, but they're phone notes, so they don't count. In terms of the actual script length until I put them in, so I don't know.
Okay.
Probably like 120 outside of the phone notes. I'll have to update it and let you know.
No, right.
All right.
Well, anyway.
But anyways.
I
I usually write the Attack on Titan script, or at least get inspiration for it for the majority, whenever Kurotos uploads a new Attack on Titan video. So I'll probably not actually conclude work on the video until after he finishes the series. And he's on like season 3. He's getting to the Return to Shiganshina stuff pretty soon. So give it a few more months, maybe like a year, and then I'll start working on it probably.
a few years
It'd be
later.
good to
okay.
coincide that with the Be good to coincide that with the Attack on Titan rewrite as well. But anyways, so did we want to start moving to Boruto Chapter 9, or did we want to do trivia first?
Either is fine. Real quick. That's right. That's what I was gonna do.
Well,
Will we have to give her
says-
chakra back?
Will be part of the process. I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah. But I
Yeah.
think that's fine because her chakra was sealed. So if you undo the seal, she should just get her chakra back.
Well, no, because her chakra was ripped out
Like-
of her with the seal.
Well, the chakra didn't just dissipate into the air; it's absorbed into the rocks. The seal.
No,
Even at the
it's
middle,
not.
arguably.
It's so that's like the chakra in question anyway is basically the Ten Tails chakra. So that gets ripped out of her while the ghetto statue remains. That's how the seal works. So the body is sealed while the chakra, that's the 9 Biju now. Of course, there's the infinite Tsukuyomi people chakra that you could argue just stayed with the ghetto statue, the stuff that Zetsu absorbed, and then the Kaguya again absorbed. That's not really explained where that chakra went, but in terms of the Ten Tails chakra, that is just the 9 Biju now.
Well, I think Kaguya had her own chakra as well, not just other people's chakra.
Well, the other people's chakra is.
I mean, all that
Kaguya's
chakra is her chakra.
No, it is. That's kind of how that worked. But all that
Yeah,
chakra,
but
the Ten
okay, so
Tails
she lost
Infinite
those
Tsukuyomi
additions of her
that
chakra.
is Kaguya's chakra. That was Kaguya's chakra, and it is.
Yeah,
Again.
she lost her additions, but I'm saying her original chakra. I think her body would just already have that as well.
Well, her original chakra is the Ten Tails chakra.
Oh my gosh, isn't it? I'm saying outside of the Ten Tails, outside of the other people, even though those are her chakra, I'm saying she would have her body's own chakra.
No, because her body became the Ten Tails.
God.
She just turned into the Ten Tails in the
You know
manga.
what, whatever.
So that
You know
would
what,
be
whatever.
her. The Ten Tails chakra
You know
is
whatever.
Kaguya's chakra. They're the same.
So when
them up.
Naruto transforms into the Nine Tails, like the 3-tail whatever,
It's not the
does
same.
Naruto's body not have Naruto chakra? It is the same.
No, it's not. Because in this case, think of it like a transformation jutsu that's permanent. Like Kaguya isn't using a transformation mode. She became she turned she is the ten, like that is Kaguya. Like
Yes. I
So
know, but what
imagine her
happened to
doing
that
a permanent
original chakra
transformation
inside
jutsu.
Kaguya?
it's just the same chakra.
So what happened to Kaguya's chakra?
Nothing. That is Kaguya's chakra. In a sense. The Ten Tails chakra is just Kaguya's chakra.
So she didn't lose any chakra when she turned into the Ten Tails.
As far as we've been aware of anyway, it's not like explicitly explained. But as far as we're aware, yeah, it's just Kaguya is a beast instead, basically. It's like a werewolf almost.
Okay,
But except there's always nighttime.
sure. Anyways, no, I think they just could bring the Akatsuki back. Like we were saying, they could like resuscitate, revive, reincarnate them because
Well,
the
if they
Ten Tails is a
resuscitate the
reincarnation.
Akatsuki, I'm
Who's
all
it a
for it.
reincarnation of?
Would you prefer that they
Yeah,
resuscitate the
because,
Akatsuki
like, the Ten
or
Tails-
catechonize the Akatsuki?
Well, the Akatsuki wasn't like in a catonic state in the first place, so to catonize the Akatsuki wouldn't really make as much sense.
I guess that's fair. But hypothetically speaking, if you had to pick.
Yeah, I mean, if they were in a cataconic state, then yeah, I would want to un-catonicize them. Yes.
Okay. I'll take that.
But anyways,
compromise
maybe you could
answer.
argue Hidan is if he's not confirmed dead, but
He was confirmed
I
dead
don't know.
in something.
Anyway,
Data book or something.
Like,
You'd
what if it's
expect.
Code's tampering of the young Juby with the clog rhymes? The reason none of them have 10 tails and look human. That's interesting. Okay, but Kamui, staying on this topic though with the genetics, something I was thinking about this the other day, going to podcast topics again. Let's see, where's podcast topics? Right there.
It might be the very last. No. Scroll up. Scrolling up. Okay. The soul in Naruto is stored in the heart because of sorcery? Question mark? I think, okay, regardless of soul, the genetics, this might sound weird, but they might just be different in Naruto to where they are in the heart. So we know Sasuke's able to replace everything in the human body except his heart, and specifically the heart he couldn't replace. It not only was the last part of himself, but it was just something he just couldn't do in the first place. Like, if he only wanted to replace his heart, he couldn't do it. His heart was just incompromisable, had to be in his body. His soul was in his body. The moment his heart was destroyed, his soul was destroyed as well. He was able to remove his brain. Keep that in mind. So, I don't know if the brain in Naruto does anything. Or it might just be the soul controlling the brain at that point.
So what I'm thinking is, in context of Naruto, it's gonna be related to chakra. So chakra and the soul, as we talked about before, heavily intertwined in Naruto. So the chakra network, as we saw during Neji versus Hinata with like the Lee explaining it thing, is very heavily like, it's basically just like attached to the heart, just like all the veins. It almost seemed like it was coming from the heart too. So I don't think Sasori could replace his heart and still have functioning chakra system like he does to use the Puppet Master Jutsu. So I don't think it would be possible. And plus, if he has no chakra, he would just die anyway. And then obviously no chakra, no soul. So I don't think he could have all these things without the heart.
Regardless of the chakra, though, I think it's the heart keeping him alive. Like, the heart itself is still pumping blood, which is weird, because where is it pumping blood, too? Like, it's just a heart in that circular container
to be fair,
thing.
though, it's not really like a heart. What do they call it? It's like a core.
No, they call it a heart.
Really? Are you sure? Let me check.
I'm very confident. But I don't know if I'm going to count this in the same like vein as this, but there's so many scenes, and especially OG Naruto, where they have like a heartbeat playing during tense moments, or like when a character is about to die, like with Hinata, or even with Naruto in the Search for Tsunade arc.
Yeah.
There's so much related to the heart. It feels like also the thing of like Shinobi being a tool, but like they can't kill their hearts. Going back to Zabuza, going back to like every Shinobi. And the fact that I think there's a parallel, like I'm making a video of parallels between Zabuza and Sasori. It's one of my favorite videos. I just love the idea. It's so good. But the fact that they can't dispel their heart, both physically, mentally, spiritually, it's all there. And then you have Obito able to teleport back from Kamui with his soul. I don't know. It's like there's so much with the soul in Naruto. I just feel like it's stored in the heart. Like, is it stored within the entire body? I don't know. Like, when Orochimaru has his soul arms taken out of him, it's coming from his chest. I don't think I'm going to count that necessarily, though. Like, it seems like in that case, it's the whole body. But it's also like a blue chakra spirit thing. But, like, it also seemed like the chakra soul thing looks different anyways, usually.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky because of, just the way they drew it. But...
yeah. Don can stay alive without a soul. His heartbeat's still going. When Don died, his heart stopped. We see that. Kakuzu I thought was also interesting because he has 5 hearts. Are there souls within those hearts?
Well, they're weird because like they're like these masked creature things.
And they seem to operate independently as well. Like they're fighting for Kakuzu. I don't think those normal souls would have done that. But it seems like they're autonomous of Kakuzu to some degree.
Weird.
Like he can control them, but
that's the
like
thing.
He doesn't need to.
It's almost like the Puppet Master Jutsu, but like a little bit different.
Yeah. And then also, there was another one. Orochimaru is also interesting with the body swap jutsu, by the way. Because I don't know what happens to the soul there. Souls of Edo Tensei, as we've mentioned, that's also interesting. Isn't there like a heart jutsu in Naruto? Something along the lines of that? Genjutsu could be interesting.
What do you
We
mean
know
by
Sakura
heart
can make
jutsu?
jutsu to like slow. Not Sakura can make medicine to slow the heart rate, but I think that's just a normal thing, anyways. I don't know if that counts into this. There's so much to do with hearts in Naruto. I don't know. It just feels related, relevant.
Well, wait, when you said heart
I
jutsu
understand
though,
this.
what are you thinking of? Because there's in a filler arc something that might be what you're thinking. I'm curious because this I would call this a heart jutsu, if it's what you're thinking of, but
I don't know. Well, the soul could also be stored in the mind, but is the mind stored in the brain or the head? OG Naruto makes it seem like that with inner Sakura, as well as like Sakura versus Ino, and pretty much anytime Ino uses her mind transfer, it seems like it's coming from her head.
I just
And
looked through the
that
manga, by the
transfers.
way. I've yet to see them mention the
Oh,
word
seems
heart. The best we get is Granny Chio saying that Papa Body is in fact just a doll. Your true nature is the chakra producing part in your chest. So it's definitely related to the chakra. Like I was saying. I've yet to see her say heart, but
Well, it's pretty obvious.
yeah, but it's
They
but it's
definitely
the
call it a
chakra.
heart.
Anyway,
So I'm shocked you don't know that. But bringing this
anyway.
back to Himawari and Kurama,
Wait, I want to talk
I
about the
still
filler
don't
heart
think.
jutsu. Do you remember? It's in the one of the Orochimaru filler arcs where they go to Orochimaru's hideout, and there's the person who pretends
Oh
to be
right, I know what you're talking
Kabuto.
about.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that's the guy that trapped Naruto in like the rainbow prism. That was the heart jutsu, I think.
A different
Right into his
character.
heart.
No, the heart jutsu is the character before he shows up at the rainbow prison triangle thing.
Okay.
But it's the person who
Yeah,
went from the
the
ant
two are
lion
mixed in my
jutsu and then
mind.
turned into a pretty girl with like wings, and she was pretending to be Kabuto for a while. She was gonna
Yeah,
like squeeze her heart, and it was squeezing Naruto's from the
I remember
inside
that.
because they were
Right.
connected. Yeah, you remember.
Yeah, that was it.
I'm calling that a heart jutsu.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm gonna count that. I like that. We know that ghosts are in both Naruto and Boruto. There was a Naruto filler arc, and then obviously Boruto. It's the samurai at that hot springs. That's shown several times. It's also in the novels, by the way. That samurai. I think we get the origin of that samurai in the novel, actually, which is interesting. The fact that lingers around. We know
And which
Sakamo is
novel?
lingering around. I don't remember which novel. It's in one of the novels, though.
The origin of the samurai. Interesting.
Anyway. Yeah. There's probably other ghosts in Naruto too. Technically Neji, if you want to count that. There's one in the Rock Lee spinoff as well. It's just funny. At this point, I'm kind of going all over the place. But bringing it back to Himawari. Yeah, again, Himawari isn't identical to either Naruto or Himawari.
Oh,
Oh, she has the combination
Sasori is
of
the one who
both
says, "I'm a
genes.
puppet, but with a human heart." Sasori is the one who says it, not Chio.
Okay. Either way, it's his heart.
Yeah, no, I was trying to figure out
It
who
was the
said
one
it
thing he
though.
couldn't discard.
Oh.
Okay.
Anyway,
But okay, do you think this Kurama is inside Himawari's heart?
what would you say that Kurama's inside Naruto's heart?
No, but Kurama was never inside Naruto. Kurama was inside the seal in Naruto's stomach.
Yeah, it was inside Naruto still.
Whatever. It's in the stomach. Like Naruto even
Okay.
comments how his stomach feels hot sometimes when he turns into
Yeah.
Kurama.
I mean, we don't really. So the difference with
Himawari gonna
Himawari
get
is that
heartburn?
it's not sealed inside a seal in her stomach, as far as we're aware of anyway. She just has the chakra. So you could say it's in the heart for the reason of the whole soul thing in chakra network stuff. I guess it just depends on the reason why, she has this chakra. But being in the heart works. I don't see it like a problem with it.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna head
I
to
mean, we know
sleep.
the shadow clones have hearts. You said you're heading out, Immortal?
Yeah, I'm about to head to sleep. I'm gonna get some rest for tonight. I'll
I'm
see you guys
sleepy
later.
too, not gonna lie, but I gotta start my chicken, but I'm too
Okay, fair
tired to
enough.
get up and start my chicken. Which
Alrighty.
inevitably delays
Well,
when I
Kamui,
go
you're
to
the one
bed.
streaming, so you have to be the one doing stream. Let's remember that you aren't allowed to fall asleep tonight.
Extra
Ooh.
long podcast.
But good hours of sleep for me. Alrighty.
All right.
I'll see you guys
Get
later.
your good hours of immortal sleep.
I know this phoenix has to rise tomorrow.
Which, by the way, is also, I think, chakra is vitality, which I think is stored in the heart. So I think the soul is stored in the heart. And then that also makes sense because soul energy and physical energy, well, the heart is both physical energy, and if the soul's in there, it'd also be soul energy.
Yeah, I like
The
that.
will
I
of
like
fire
that.
seems like it comes from the heart.
Yeah, I like that. I like that, especially because of the mind and the body and soul, the body and mind aspect. So the heart. I mean, of
Yeah.
course, I guess it doesn't really work with the mind because the mind should be the brain. But I do like the idea of the heart kind of having both too. I think it works. That's it. I wouldn't say chakra is
The 8 gates
vitality,
is
but it's highly
interesting.
correlated.
Sure. The 8 gates is interesting. Well, in a way, it is vitality because it is stamina.
I don't
So
think
linked to
it
that. Like, you
is
get stamina back, you
vitality.
get chakra
It's
back.
just an extremely high overlap and association. But I wouldn't say it is vitality.
Sure. That's fine. I agree. The 8 gates is interesting because whereas you need the rest of the body first, unlock the limiters of your brain and the rest of your body, there are 7 different ways. The end one, which I think is the important one, and by far the strongest one, is using the heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Activating the chakra in it even. Almost, and like, it just feels like it's doing something with like his soul, maybe even kind of to a degree. Did they say something about that maybe?
I don't
Not like
recall them
literally, but even like metaphorically,
saying
like your
something.
soul is burning like the autumn leaves or something.
Yeah, I
maybe.
don't recall
I don't think they
the
would really
exact
know,
wordage, but they easily could say. We can check in a second. I'm upstairs right now grabbing,
I
chicken.
could tell.
I just figured I'd preheat that. Let's go back downstairs and we'll see what is said. The problem is they could have set this in so many different places, but we'll just look for the mic guy thing. I'm not gonna do it on stream just because I copyright.
Even the mic dies stuff.
Um,
That's fine. And I don't think you should count this because this is more of like a metaphor thing or even like a Japanese saying thing, but love is from the heart. Like Kushina says that and stuff. Like Hinata seemed like her heart was in love. Even like Sasuke with hatred, it seems like hatred can come from the heart. And the thing that like Obito says, like you can only come to know love once you understand hatred or whatever. You know, all that.
love is from the. That's so funny.
Yeah.
You said that.
But I think that unironically, outside of us saying it, would work in this. Because love would come from the soul. You could even argue only beings with like souls could love. Which could be why shinobi can't kill their hearts, even. I'm just trying to think out loud here.
Yeah.
Orochimaru had that whole idea as well. I think. And funny considering
what?
Orochimaru is the place where the heart jutsu exists. I think Orochimaru felt love. I think he couldn't get rid of that. Even if he tried.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't think Orochimaru could just. Well, love in general. I mean, like, are you love for anything in particular? Are you just pointing to, or just in general?
Well, I think Orochimaru loved his parents, and I think through trying to find the secrets of the world, science, the color, all that, I think his love for his parents transformed into his love for science and those around him. I do think to an extent he loved Kimimaro because of his parents.
Because I was gonna say, I would definitely have set the parents and science thing. I don't think he loved Kimimaro as a person. I don't.
Yeah, I know you
think
don't.
we need gonna we don't really need to do this discussion right now, but I think Himawari is more just like the science and you know, him being twisted and morphed the way he was. But yeah. Trying to find this mic guy. Oh, it's the color of dead autumn leaves that have fallen off their tree. That was the autumn leaves thing.
Oh my god.
Getting back to chat though. What's up with Mello? Y'all hate him or something? Somebody let me know. Immortal? Do you want to answer that? That's kidding. We did the Jorah Ishiki. Okay. Would Kurama look human also if he was tampered with claw grimes, assuming Jorah is the Jubi?
I'm gonna turn that Mello question into a community poll. Hey guys, do we hate Mello? Definitely. Probably. I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so. I'm like,
I love it. So part of the answer to this question really just depends on like your theory on why this happened. In my case of what I think is going on, my answer would be no. I don't think Kurama would look human. But what do you think, Oodie?
look human? Are you responding to someone in chat?
Yeah. Would Kurama
That's
look
why I was
human
better,
also
Mom.
if he was
You know what I
tampered
mean.
with claw grimes, assuming Jorah? Oh, I thought you said claw marks. Tampered with claw grimes. What do you mean by that? Apex. Just answer
Darashikage, when
based
I
on
say
claw.
stepmom, I mean like foster mom. You know what I mean.
Wait, what?
I'm talking to
Oh,
Darashikage.
yeah.
Since he wants to be technically correct.
No, the funniest
Take
part
that.
is that you said stepmom instead of like dad. Like he's a
Whatever.
guy. He's an uncle.
Shut up.
Um,
Well, Haku, so shut up.
What if it's what if it's goats tampering with the young Jubi with the claw grimes? The reasons none of them have 10 tails and look human. Well, I mean to an extent, yeah, but like the question is more specifically.
Yeah, I don't think the Tin Tails has a heart, does it? Maybe it does, but does the Tin Tails have a soul?
So with that one, so for example, let's use Kaguya. When Kaguya became the 10 tails, would you say that 10 tails had a soul?
I think Kaguya has a soul, yeah.
Yeah, so the answer would be yes, because Kaguya is that 10 tails. Even if it's locked away, whatever you want to say, I think I had the soul. That's Kaguya's. And I personally think this applies to all 10 tails. Think they all, or at least some, are like Kaguya. And I think the same is true for this Jorah Ishiki 10 tails here. Does
I don't know
Itachi
if
without
all
stress?
Tin Tails are Otsutskis, but
I don't want to like. I think they are personally. I won't say it as like a for sure, but I do think. I at the very least think these two are, but I think all 10 tails are at this point.
By the way, Darashikage, I'm just gonna say this so you get it. That Itachi segment was planned for a while. I don't think you're gonna get that. We'll move on.
Yeah, it was a
We
long
meant to
awaited
do that
topic.
Itachi segment.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
needed to.
we
do
wanted to do it as long as it went on.
Yeah, if not longer, if we could.
It was all
Um,
purposeful.
yeah, and I would definitely not say it was
Trust us on that.
nonsensical. There was sense to it. Maybe the Kurama and Himawari only became conscious once OG Kurama died. Only one Kurama. Yeah, that's basically what I was saying, Apex. So if that's the case, then it just depends on whether Himawari always had that Kurama, that baby small Kurama, because that would just change how you interpret everything. It doesn't. granted, she still didn't know even up until Kurama revealed himself. So I guess, to be fair, she wouldn't know anyway. But yeah, we don't know. Sora does have a mutant. Yeah, I always thought that was interesting how Sora bro had the Beast Wave palm, but freaking Naruto couldn't do that shit.
I mean, Gaara had Shukaku's sand scythe jutsu mouth things that are weird. Sandstorm. Wind style technique. It's just so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back to that another time because I have that as a podcast topic. But
that's right, I forgot about Jeopardy.
Yeah, okay, sticking with this really quick. I know we're gonna have to do another night, unless someone else wants to join really quick. But
yeah, go find.
I think it would just be dumb to do it with just you. But okay, I don't care what you say on this. You're never gonna change my mind on this. I still say Naruto should have had a baby Kurama inside of him, regardless if it's from birth or after Baryon mode. If his genetics were altered or tampered and passed down to Himawari.
To be fair, it is theoretically possible that he does, and Kurama just either A, didn't reveal himself the same as how he did it with Himawari, or B, it did take some time to reconstitute. So hypothetically,
no, because it doesn't matter if Naruto can't sense it, because Sakura said he has 0 traces of Kurama left. It's all gone.
Yeah,
Naruto already got checked out.
Bro, anime is a different story than the manga.
Hey, but the manga's gonna adapt this.
What? No, the manga was ahead of it. You mean the other way around? What?
Oh, I mean, sorry. The anime is gonna adapt this.
Okay, but the anime's also made some contradictions. Like, this is a small one, but still. The Amato's pills 100% stop Boruto's karma extraction in the anime, when Amato blatantly said in the manga, it won't do that.
But that doesn't matter for the story. Whereas this not only matters for the story, this is the story.
Well, wait, hold on.
You
What was the? Oh yeah.
That.
Well, no, I mean, if Naruto just didn't know, I don't know. Like, I don't think it changes. Bro, I don't have faith in the story right now. So I could see it happening. I'm not saying it'd be good. I'm just saying I could see it happening. That being said,
that is the counter to that argument. So,
in terms of the baby, no, it's Naruto as a child though. In terms of that, I think in that case, so it depends on whether more than one baby Kurama could exist or only one at a time. Because if it's only one at a time, hypothetically, Kushina just has Naruto. Obito doesn't freaking do all his shit. Then I don't think if there's only one Kurama, it would just be in Kushina. So Naruto would never have baby Kurama until hypothetically Kushina
there's not
died.
Just one Kurama. There's one in Minato and Naruto.
Again. I already addressed that earlier. I addressed that earlier.
I know.
There's specific. Okay. Well, then there you go.
We'll address it again.
So
since you want to, so clearly.
Well, I don't need to. I'm just. What do you mean? I already addressed it. I don't want to address it again, but I can if you need me to.
Okay, well then, what do you want to do? Okay, wait. Let me ask you that. I don't know where to go with this conversation anymore. Now that you've made it on,
I want you to just remember.
I don't know what this is. Okay, we need some conversational expert to explain what just happened. I'm confused.
Chat, what do you think about this?
Did I win or lose, or did either happen here?
Oodie, I just almost called you Utsuki. I combined Oodie and Utsuki. Utsuki. Do Utsuki have souls? Pure Utsukis, not half-breeds like Kaguramomo.
I could have sworn I answered this out loud, but it might have been in my head while you were talking. Absolutely, 100%. Pure Otsukis have souls. Kaguya, Kinshiki, Momoshiki. I mean,
yeah, it's
literally Momoshiki's soul is inside Boruto.
That's what you're saying. It's literally shown. Like,
Yeah, we saw Ishiki's soul talk to Code. You can say it's Amado. I still say it's not Amado.
Either way, we have Momoshiki.
Yeah.
Now, Darashikage, in response to what we said earlier about Itachi thing, dang, you got me good. I was nettled for sure. I'm glad we got you,
He was what for sure?
Darashikage.
Nettled. I'm glad to see that Darashikage was nettled, and Darashikage, we hope to nettle you again in the future. We know our
Yes.
conversations can be pretty nettling. Hopefully, though, the nettleification isn't too intense for you.
Yeah, we don't want to catechonize you. You think when
Yeah, because they would
Hidari
have to
dies,
decatechonize you.
Sasuke gets healed, so to speak, a new arm in Rinnegan? That should not happen. If it does happen, that's just stupid. I feel
Well,
like
it depends, Apex. Do you think Hidari is similar to the mind transfer jutsu? Because if so, then yeah, absolutely, apparently.
You know, that's actually an interesting thing. So hypothetically, no, hear me out. Hypothetically, if Ino does mind transfer jutsu on Keen, and Keen like gets an amp, she starts working out, she gets stronger, or she takes the green pill, red and yellow pill of Choji's Akimichi clan pills. Does Ino get an amp? Like if Ino just stays in Keen's body, goes to the gym for like a year straight, does Ino just get jacked?
By the way, I just started a new poll in chat.
muscle
I'm
damage.
trying to catch up on these polls. Muscle damage.
What's this
Crazy. Do you think if Minato connected to the Raikage and used the lightning armor, would Ino gain that vitality from the lightning armor?
Whatever vitality the data book was talking about.
Yeah. No, guys, for the poll, you're voting yes. I mean genetically. Do you think there's a connection between Sasuke and Itachi?
Yeah,
Not in
just
general, but No, guys, you're voting yes. I don't
end
understand.
poll and do it again.
Why are you guys voting yes?
Try it again.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. So, start a poll. Okay. Is there I'll even clarify. Is there a genetic connection? Just so there's no doubt now. It's very clear.
Is there a genetic connection between Sasuke and Itachi, comma, genetically?
Itachi. Oh, I was gonna do that, yeah. Genetically. And start poll. All right. So now that you guys have a redemption here, you
it's
get
a little
to
bit late
undo
and
your choice from
unnecessary, but I
earlier.
think it would have been funny if you said genetically, comma, is there a genetic connection between Itachi and Sasuke, comma, genetically?
Like that. It is a little bit too.
poll,
I'll make
try
that
it
the
in.
community poll. No,
Okay.
that'll be the community poll. I think that's a good community poll. Yeah. Okay, good. They have redeemed themselves. 67% voted no. So I think that's a good place to leave that for now. So good job, guys. I'm glad that you guys could vote.
Glad you guys
the genetic
so
connection
closely.
between Itachi and Sasuke. Bro, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this and send this to Immortal, but not the amount of people that voted, just the results. Actually, okay. I'm gonna get on my alt and I'm gonna vote no. Everyone, please, if you're listening, just vote no, just so I can take a screenshot of it, please.
Yeah, let me go log into mine.
Oh my god. I need everybody listening to vote no right now. I don't care what you believe in, just do it.
Yeah. It is necessary.
No, not yes. No.
Darashikaki, they don't even have the same hair. Exactly. There's no genetic connection. Zero connection.
By the way, check Mello's channel really quick. He made a community poll.
What is it about? Live on Twitch? Not Amaterasu burning as hot as the sun, yet it doesn't melt the wax candles in Sasuke's room. Not an off-guard Obito surviving the Black Flame stated for the data books that if you get hit by them, you die. This is why you should always go with common sense over blindly going by statements. Levels to this shit.
By the way, that was never
I love this
an
comment.
argument.
Not
So by
sure
the way,
if
the
you
argument against
forgot,
that.
but in Boruto episode 23, Sasuke vaporized steel iron in 2 seconds with Amaterasu without burning his hand or clothes. Those two things contradict each other very heavily, especially when these characters can get burnt by fire, not as hot as we see with Jigen. I don't know why you're being nitpicky about this. Let's see what his answer is. Name one thing in your reply that contradicts anything I said. Good luck. What I'm saying is your
Okay, the fact that it burns steel.
Yeah.
It
What I'm
contradicts it. There
saying
you
is
go.
that your argument doesn't work because I brought an incident of the flames being hotter than what you're suggesting. Is Amaterasu inconsistent in the story? Yes. That's why we use databook statements to provide more clarity. If we use context to the if you get hit with them you die, it's clearly a reference to the fact that they don't go out until they burn the target. If Obito can just Kamui out of it, then he isn't getting hit or touched by it anymore, therefore he is alive. And then the other guy, vaporizing steel in seconds.
It's hilarious. I don't even know where to start with that. So with the data book thing, so he's wrong on that, by the way. The default assumption is that we do take the data books, if it's something we can't confirm. The reason why is because there's some things that are true and some things that aren't true. It really comes down to your interpretation. They wrote it for a reason, so if you just don't understand the reason, obviously you're going to disagree. So the thing with that is, Mello is obviously trying to find the wrong interpretation. Just because he can do that doesn't mean it's wrong. But because there's both correct and incorrect stuff, we can't assume it's incorrect. We also can't assume it's correct, but because it's
you have
in
to
the
just
series,
look
it's
at it on
more
an individual
likely the default assumption should be it's correct if we don't know. Yeah. Really, it's his burden to prove whatever is incorrect, not his interpretation of why it could be incorrect, but that it is incorrect.
I also like this comment. That depends on the characteristics of the Amaterasu. Like, does all the heat only affect the target alone? Normal fire style would melt that candle. So are we going to say that normal fire over Amaterasu?
Yeah, so that's the other thing with this aspect.
Oh my
I didn't
god,
want
Mella's
to.
comment. Well, since
Oh,
you
what
want
is
to
it?
take a shot, present a take, my guy. Don't just ask questions. But remember, you choose this path.
Rose acted like Itachi. That's crazy.
Okay, so
Oh, by the way, are you showing this on stream? By the way,
I
since I
should
think
be
this
actually.
would be good just for visuals.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really should.
So by the way, I didn't use this the night we were doing the debate, but like one of the first things I thought of as the argument. I was specifically not using this because I didn't want to go down this route with Mello. Since he wants to pretend it's a 3v1, I guess I should have anyways. But it wasn't my argument. It was Keto the one arguing it because I didn't want to argue it. But the argument for this is the fact that heat radiates, and so Amaterasu can burn as hot as the sun, and you can be right next to it and not know if it's like an oven mitt or whatever, to where you can just condense the heat, or not condense, but what's the word? Condensate, convection. It Amaterasu, just like other forms of power, like in Dragon Ball, could just not create big explosions, but could be key controlled in a sense, to where the heat's only going to burn what it's touching, not the air around it, because it's not convective.
well, that's one thing. The other thing though would just be like so I'll give 2 examples, but just the amount of literal particles of that are heated up in the first place. So like for example, and whether it touches you or not. If you take some hot have you ever been hold on 1 second, this is gonna be loud. Maybe not that loud. Anyway, if you ever been like burned by like hot oil before, I have. It burns. It's hot. That oil is not heating up the room around you anywhere near what it feels like when it touches your skin. So if you're touched by this fire, needless to say, there's a pretty big difference between the heat of touching it and just being near it. Okay, it's pretty big. So no, it's not going to have the same effect as when you touch it. Now, because now the sun is big, that's partly why it's so hot. So the point though is, if each particle within the sun is essentially has the same unit of energy, that's the heat in this case, then if there's just less particles, each particle is technically like emitting the same energy to create the same heat, but like it's not gonna heat the whole world the same because it's smaller, essentially. And that can just apply to the Amaterasu. Like a small 1 foot by 1 foot thing of fire is just not gonna have the same heat effect as a 1 mile by 1 mile thing of fire. That's like context, bro. If the sun was small,
Yeah.
like 1 foot radius, shit's not heating up the earth.
Yeah, by the way, here's a scan of Amaterasu that Keto never found. I'll put it in chat if you want to share it on screen. Not
Give me
the
a minute,
sun
'cause I'm
stuff, but
upstairs doing
it's the
some chicken
highest.
stuff.
That's fine. It's the highest fireball jutsu Amaterasu. It's sharing the Black Inferno using Sharingan as a medium. So it shares a Black Inferno. This is specifically the transfer seal that he put into Sasuke. But, you know, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's Amaterasu. It's a predetermined target because of that, but yeah. Can only be used with the Mangekyo. Transfer seal Amaterasu is a sealing of the effects of Amaterasu in a third-person Sharingan. When the eye in which the jutsu is sealed sees a previously specified target, the seal is undone, and black flames that can devour even fire are unleashed on the target. So that right there also confirms Amaterasu greater than fire.
Yeah, literally. You know why it does it? It's because it's hotter. It's just like, bro, shit's hotter than fire. How hot's fire? Pretty hot.
Yeah.
Mello probably thinks fire like is like cold. Hey, burr, that's cold.
I also have a Itachi Fireball databook statement that says like this is like searing hot and like the hottest fireball in like the series or whatever. It's like a part 1 databook statement.
Yeah.
But I gotta find it. But it sounds like you know what I'm talking about anyways, so.
Yeah, I mean, Itachi. Yeah, I had heard that before. Itachi had like the best fireball jutsu, basically. Kind of implied in the series anyway. Like when Sasuke was beating Itachi's fireball, it was like a huge deal. Like, oh my god, he's beating Itachi's fireball. And then Kakashi and the Katsuragi rescue arcs like, hold on here. That fireball was not on Itachi's level. Like,
Trying to find it. Just so I can see exactly what it says. I found something on Fugaku, but that's not Itachi.
yeah, Fugaku's not Itachi.
But anyways, I found something on freaking Yugao. Yugao has a data book?
Yeah, most people do, whether they're relevant or not.
That's crazy. I did not know that. Doesn't say anything of interesting.
I mean, you know, like, really, what are you gonna say about Yugao?
Oh my god, oh my god. Kamui, soul agenda being pushed here. Okay, it says the death of Hayate, who was her lover. Even if it's a destiny the shinobi are prepared to, the lamentation of her chest doesn't stop. Souls are in the heart. There you go.
I
That's
feel
proof.
like there's probably like some dialogue in some show in the world that says something about the soul coming from the heart. Getting back
I
to
love it.
the mellow thing though. Joshua Boo says, I'm just going off of what you assert. But anyway, if you don't want to answer those questions, it's fine. Mello says, I didn't want to say this, but the questions you're asking don't make sense because we know about the characteristics of the jutsu. We go off the data presented. During the 5 Kage Summit, Sasuke targets himself with the flames as a defense versus Raikage, yet on contact, the properties of the flames applied and caused damage to the Kage. What?
Sorry, Chicago. Doesn't flame control exist? It's in its name. Exactly.
Flame control. It's what Sasuke used
Yeah, you could
anyway.
argue it's
Flame
arguing where the
control.
flame is, but no.
We know that Amaterasu's heat
No
affects the
flame.
surrounding area, not just a single target. During Sasuke's fight with Itachi, Sasuke lured Itachi outside so that he could use heat generated by the Amaterasu. We know that does burn damage at high temps over time. Number 2 is incorrect. It's stated that Sasuke utilized the Dragon Flame Jutsu to disrupt the atmosphere, thus producing lightning needed to perform curing. Just saying, brother, all love.
Yeah.
Read it again. My statement, if after yours, lol. What?
I don't know. He's being weird. All I'm saying is he's saying it as a blatant lie and without proof, and it's not in the series.
And then he
Just
says,
saying.
oh, the other guy says, right, I savage you. I think people take those statements too literal. I saw my guy using the good source, Mats. Except it didn't hit Obito. Should have completed the data book where it said Obito used Kamui. I don't feel like reading these out loud anymore. I just want to read them, but like silently
I know, Sam.
doesn't have the same
We'll let
effect.
chat decide. Chat, do any of you just want to sit here and silently read Mello's comment section? Do you also find this just fun to do with us? Because I'm down to just sit here for like 5 minutes and just quietly read these if chat is.
Example after example of the canon material proving the data book invalid. 3. Next. Well, let me go grab my charger. You let me know what chat says. I hope they say yes.
Sure. The only thing
All
I
we need
can
is one
think
yes.
to say to this is comes from the seed. We need one yes. Yo, we only need one? All right. I typed yes.
Perfect.
Yes, it's kind of fun. Dar Chicago. There you go.
Perfect.
I like it. Oh my god, we got 80% of people voting no on the poll, by the way. I can take a screenshot of that.
That makes
I
it
don't care
look
if it's
real
only 5
too.
votes.
Because a couple people said yes.
I know, yeah.
Well, I mean, it was real anyway. Because we would never manipulate the polls.
Yeah. I'm gonna send this to Immortal, in the general chat.
I never
What
watched
is
that video.
this?
Mr. Spiraling
At?
tagged us in as well. Kind of random, but remember
I don't
that.
blame you. Bro, I can't find Immortal Phoenix in this stupid chat. Oh, because I'm in the wrong room.
I think there are.
There we go.
To all the
Did it.
commenters,
Okay.
I know you all have the time to text back and forth all day, but I don't. If you ever reply for me, try letting me know during a live stream. Or don't. I don't really care either way. Laugh my ass off. Yeah, Mello really loves his audience, as you can tell. You know,
He's very grateful, despite the fact that he end streams when he doesn't get the donation that he needs abruptly, randomly.
really?
He's done it before.
Does he just say?
It was like in the middle of a cloud pod. He was like, you know what? No, we're done here. You guys aren't donating. Goodbye. I'm ending stream. Just to show you guys I'm serious. Like, it's not like he hit like a time limit or a donation threshold wasn't met to extend. He just cut stream off because he wasn't getting donations. And continued on the cloud, by the way. But anyways, just the manga. The statements
least cover
are
it up
meant
with,
to be
like,
literal,
something else.
hyperbolic fiction. Such a best truth is author is too lazy to draw anything as it would happen. Real world physics are applied.
All right, where are you looking now?
What are you
'Cause I've
doing with
kinda
your
just been
mouse?
moving around. Okay.
You're
The
moving your
target
mouse
is
around.
affected more than the surrounds are. Sasuke is heavily fatigued, so this Amaterasu could just be weaker than normal. Bro, I'm gonna give you a chance to answer this yourself. It's an easy one. What is? You never answered him.
So dumb.
He didn't even ask a question anyway. A statement can be exaggerated, doesn't mean it's false. Obito used Izanagi to come back from it. Just learn to scale and it won't be hard to understand things. Exaggerated means regarded or represented as larger, better, or
ATG.
worse than it is in reality. In this context, to exaggerate the properties of the jutsu would be to make it out to be something that deviates from reality. We also reach our conclusion in this manner by analyzing the material. This is why I gave an example to back my claim and didn't just make the claim with no immaterial examples. This being the case, the conclusion that the jutsu is hot like the sun is a misrepresentation, misleading, a deceptive claim. 2. You're making my point, which was that he got hit to begin with but didn't die. The databook statement entry doesn't leave room for further context. It begins and ends with having made a different statement which is contradicted multiple times in the material. 3. Next, Kidomaki yawn emoji. So here's the problem with number 2. That doesn't work with how Izanagi works. Like, he died. That's why Izanagi would rewrite reality to change that. So, he's like, if he had argued he used Kamui to not die, that would be better, because Izanagi, the point is like he did die. That didn't use Izanagi to rewrite reality after the fact. So I don't think that was the best argument there. But what do you think?
Sort the
Oodie?
comments by newest. I think you should sort the comments by newest
Okay.
really quick.
Well, that's the newest comment, is his thing.
You
The only
refresh?
thing I can think to say to
Unless it
this
just got
is
filtered out.
it comes from the seed. Did you write a comment?
Must have got filtered out then. I did write a comment. My comment says, it's sad that you can't see it. My comment says, 1. Amaterasu burns the hottest. 2. How does it feel to be so wrong? 3. Next, laughing emoji. But yeah.
Next.
I bet he has the word wrong as an auto-filtered word. That must be it then.
Yeah. It's MELLO is wrong. Like, nope. Amaterasu's weird shots, doesn't
Anyways.
it? Throughout Naruto, it only really mentions the Itachi's fire style. Also damages the Jubi. Nothing on how hot it is, though. Then in Boruto, what out deletes Shin's metal spikes with it. The temperature of heat to do that is ridiculous. Like beyond 28,000 degrees Celsius, ridiculous. He's holding the spikes in his hand while he does it, lol. Fiction is silly at times. That's crazy. Beyond 28,000 degrees Celsius. That's pretty hot.
I told you, bro. Kid Sasuke's fireball is at minimum, and it's almost definitely way stronger than this, like at least 3,000 degrees Celsius to be able to vaporize the ground. And the fact it does it instantaneously to such a large crater of a degree, and it's not even aimed at the ground. It's probably like a good like 5, 6, even 7,000, maybe 8,000 degrees.
And then the fact that
It's just Celsius.
Amaterasu burns that fire.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like, if you're hit with a
Amat-
fireball, your body would vaporize.
Yeah. Amaterasu burns with the use of target. To burn fire and make metal finish without a trace. It's sat on treetop, moving slowly and been used to defense against the right Kage. One. Okay, I'm gonna let you read some of these.
It
Just look at my
doesn't
screen.
only burn what the user targets. Intent doesn't matter. It burns what it comes into contact with, even if... What's WE? Whatever?
Oh yeah, whatever.
Whatever that thing is wasn't the intended target. He doesn't say intended target. He says target. So when Sasuke targets Boruto, or Borushiki, and Borushiki makes a shadow clone in front of him, that's what he's now targeting. Plus, flame control exists, so he can target whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Even if he missed, it doesn't matter. He can just move it to target whatever he intends to target, if that's the case. Same with Itachi. Had flame control too. Literally chased Sasuke down with it, which is funny. During the Killer Bee fight, Sasuke targeted Bee, yet his teammate who made contact with the flames took damage. Raikage's attack on Sasuke, the same Kage that wasn't a target at the time, but simply made contact with Sasuke, etc., etc. We know the heat from the flames affects the surrounding area. And that's, we know, is just wrong.
Shippuden chapter 391. That doesn't exist. I'm kind of confused. Shippuden chapter 391. What do you think he's referring to?
That's hilarious. Well, we know the Naruto Shippuden is an anime. I don't think Shippuden has chapters. It has episode numbers, but episode 391 is not near anything like that. Like, it's in the war arc. But
Yeah, like what is episode 391?
it could be. Well, it's definitely after Sasuke fights the Tintails with Amaterasu. It could be he's using it on Jubito, but I think this is...
Madara Uchiha rises.
It might be around there.
When Madara's armor just like didn't burn. Yeah, I don't think it got the surrounding area. I think it just didn't hit Madara, and that was at the end of it. Bad example.
So Kamui, are we gonna say that Madara's just weaker than wax candles?
Yeah, exactly.
Is
Like
this what
that's
we're
pretty
going
outlandish.
I agree.
Like,
So there you
unless
go.
wax candles are that strong in the Naruto verse.
Yeah. If it was burning at 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, the windstorm and instant combustion of everything within a couple of miles as the Amaterasu sinks into the Earth's core would cause a massive wildfire around the planet in less than like a few hours. So, Rabbit Owayanzu, how big and durable is the Naruto planet compared to our own? How dense is the Naruto planet compared to our own? Considering it has materials that Earth doesn't have, such as Galel, physical minerals. It also has diamond. How much diamond does it have compared to Earth? As well as steel. We know steel exists in Naruto. How heavy is the steel in Naruto, by the way? Just out of curiosity. So moving on to Puffcuff's comment. Those are all situations where the user doesn't know how to control the power fully, or even on the level of EMS Sasuke, in situations where it's not even clear if the target was or wasn't the forest, LOL. I also think Amaterasu not only obviously gets stronger over time based on the user, in terms of like how much it can be used or how far it can spread or whatever. I think it could also get hotter. Not only just in general, like the upper limit, but just like the average it would be anyways.
I mean, it's definitely a plausibility. Like, there's nothing inherently bad about the idea. We don't know. It might just have a set temperature, but and then you get better in other ways.
I
But
agree,
it
it
could get
could, yeah.
harder too. Like,
Yeah, just an idea. Because we know it's a chakra-based thing anyways. Like, it's not real fire. It's, like, strictly chakra.
that's the thing. So, you know, it's like you can say, oh, but it's just the Amaterasu Jutsu, but it's like it's also different users. So, like, who's this? For what reason? I mean, I guess nah, but like, why would Itachi's Amaterasu necessarily be identical to Sasuke's in that regard? Like, it could be, but there could be other factors. Sasuke's raging, fiery hatred could be greater and making his fire hotter. Like, we don't know.
Yeah. I think the hatred thing definitely would make sense, especially like the darkness of it and the pitch
Exactly, because I feel
blackness
like it
of his
plays
heart
into
at
why
the
they
time.
awaken the abilities they do in the first place. All the abilities have a metaphorical
Yeah.
symbolism behind their characters. So it's just like it just works in Sasuke's case. Sasuke clearly bore greater hatred than Itachi did. So it's like I could definitely see fire being hotter. Unless you want to say Itachi's will of fire was so hot. That's why he's got the Amaterasu. It's his will of fire. Unironically works.
Now we got
Like it literally does.
we got Bermingual's comment. So Bermingual says, "Can you imagine a whole forest burning as hot as the sun? It would literally scorch the planet." The thing is, it burns like the sun. It doesn't burn as the sun because lightning is as hot as the sun. Lightning is very long. There's a lot of surface area lightning covers. In fact, isn't lightning like 3 times hotter than the sun or something ridiculous?
Let's look it up.
And regardless of the fact that the lightning doesn't heat up the earth a billion degrees, scorching a continent,
Google listens to
lightning
our
can strike
podcast
right next to you and it's not going to feel hot.
5 times hotter than the surface of the sun.
There you go.
When lightning strikes a tree, the heat vaporizes any water in its path, possibly causing the tree to explode or a strip of bark to be blown off. Meanwhile, Naruto characters just tank lightning.
I mean, glass is made from lightning striking sand, almost like not vaporizing it, but like heating it up to such a degree, it melts and forms glass. The sand particles fuse together. But you know what lightning feels like when it's
used
like
that
5
principle
feet away
in
from you?
Kakashi
Nothing.
Retsuden.
Yeah, like lightning can strike so close to you that it like not shatters, but like kind of it shatters the ground next to you, and you can't even feel the temperature. Like, say you're running in the same direction as lightning, and it
It's
strikes
not
right
the
in
same.
front of
Like you
you.
could literally
You would
be
run
like
into
an
it
inch
within a
away from
second
that
when
hot
it's
oil
not there
that burns
anymore.
the shit out of you. It's not the same as touching it.
Yeah. Like, the fact that opponents such as Obito, or really anyone, the Tintels, whoever, can be hit and harmed by Amaterasu, yet Sasuke can practically hold it in his hand, tells you everything. Like
yeah, even
the
Naruto.
Rasen Shuriken.
Like when Sasuke does the Amaterasu Rasen Shuriken, like Naruto's not
he's
like
running
ow.
with it. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Like that's really all you need. Like the fact that Sasuke, an intelligent character, is using it in the first place. The fact he uses it at all, it sort of says something.
And Itachi,
There's a
like one of the
reason it
smartest
burned
characters
Killer
in the
Bee.
show.
Like it took down Sasuke in the Itachi fight, took down B, took down Kari, and would have taken down the Tentels, would have taken down Naruto. If Jigen did nothing, it would have taken down him. It's ridiculous that we're arguing. But yeah. Kamui, seems like you're getting pretty tired. Is this
I
a
am.
true or false statement? Hmm.
It's a very true statement.
Wow. Wow. About that. What did you want to do about that?
Well, my timer went off for my chicken, so I gotta get that going. Meaning, keep reading this comment while I take care of that.
Okay.
You seem very
I'm just looking in
enthusiastic.
podcast. Yeah, I'm looking at podcast topics to see if there's anything else I want to cover that we needed to cover ASAP.
Okay, that's fine.
That isn't going to take forever. And there are, but we can probably do it.
Like I said, I want to eat this. After that, I should go to bed because I'm clearly getting sleepy early for once.
All right, I'll
First
read
time
more
ever.
comments, I guess. I'll read comments until someone tells us to stop. So, chat, it's in your hands.
Should we just do a reaction to Mello streams?
So, not to his streams, but one of the podcast topics I had written was Mello's comment section, which wasn't supposed to be this comment section, but here we are.
That's funny how that worked.
It's going to be the video of us or whatever doing the Kawaki debate. Anyways, we'll come back to them that time. Yeah, as well as like community polls and comments on other videos that we have. So many notifications. I wanted to read notifications out on stream because I thought that'd be fun, and there's a lot of cool ones lately. Anyways, reading the comments. I don't think you can scroll down right now, but I'll see if I can read these all. Anyways, Mr. Loop says no, it wouldn't.
I don't know if
Everything
any
around
fire
the
just gets
Amaterasu-
hotter like that. Like, wouldn't it only get colder over time?
Yeah. Like the original fire can get hotter if it has a reason to, but not because it spreads.
Yeah, like it can get hotter,
Weigh it down.
but that's like
add stuff
because
to
it's
it.
got you're either adding to it or it's just burning more. It's not. Yeah, like I don't know. Like it's just gonna cool down because the hotter object goes to the cooler object, so it's just gonna heat the colder air around it. It's stuff.
Yeah.
Not to mention the heat rises. It's literally just gonna go in the air.
Yeah. I don't know why this dude's pretending like it's gonna fall with gravity to the Earth's core. As if any Amaterasu ever has done that.
Yeah,
everything around the Amaterasu.
Gravity.
Everything around the Amaterasu. Oh, by the way, is fire plasma? Like, that's not how plasma works in the first place. So, everything around the Amaterasu in Earth's climate and oxygen would combust instantly for like 10 miles. It would combust. Let's look up the definition combust really quick, shall we?
I think it just means this basically set fire, but it's funny to use
Process
the word
of burning
as to
something.
combust.
Oh, here we go. Rapid chemical combination of a substance with oxygen, involving the production of heat and light. So Amaterasu is the opposite of light. It's darkness.
Yeah, it's black.
I would also not consider Amaterasu chemical combinations. Would not consider it chemical. Amaterasu, of all things.
Yeah, it's like not using the chemicals.
In space, you could be a football field away because lack of transfer and combustible materials. Bro, the fact that he says that but doesn't consider convection is insane. Like, how do you think the sun travels
I thought you were
space?
saying space like the person at first. You were saying like and space. Like you were responding to space is what I thought you said, not in space.
Oh. Yeah, so this person apparently thinks that, like, if no solid matter
that's flammable is touching fire. The fire just can't spread, just like at all. You know what's crazy? So you know the reason fire burns out is because of convection. Like the heat radiates off of the fire, technically in a way cooling it.
That's what I'm
Not
saying.
really
Like
cooling it, but you know
it's
it gets less hot.
heating the colder objects. Like the hotter object goes to the colder object, or the like, and then
So the fact that Amaterasu either burns for 7 days and 7 nights or indefinitely, that right there tells you
how hot it was. The fact
not
that
only
it
how hot it
lasts.
was, but the fact that convection probably just isn't really applying to it in the same way.
I was gonna say, like, you could just say, like, it was so hot that it just lasted for that long.
That could work too, yeah. Yes, but it still wouldn't scorch the entire planet. It would eventually, after a few hours, plus Amaterasu would always be falling and in contact, so it would never go out.
Bro's got some, like, gravity obsession with Amaterasu.
No. Like, fire, let alone Amaterasu, doesn't have to be touching something to not go out. Amaterasu is shot in thin air. Like an arrow. Not touching anything. It's also not
It literally just needs
combusting the air
oxygen.
around it, by the way. Yeah.
Which is in
I
the
don't know if
air.
Amaterasu does, but it might.
Well, I mean, yeah, to be fair, I feel like it's implied that water wouldn't put it out. But I guess water has oxygen anyway.
Yeah. I mean, fuel fires or oil fires burn on water. If anything, some water increases the fire to a degree. It's weird how that
Yeah.
works, but not really. Yes, but it still wouldn't scorch the entire planet. It would eventually after a few hours, but summer was, yeah, I already read that. Prove that. Mello's favorite thing to say. It automatically goes out 7 days after being casted. Does he have proof for that? That could be a data book thing, and we know the data book likes to embellish things. What if it only goes out after 7 seconds?
Are you quoting him? Or I'm
7
losing
days
track?
burning. 7 days burning hot enough to melt all elements on the periodic table. Imagine a small nuke that never stops for 7 days.
That's the Amaterasu.
Okay. The thing with the nuke is that it explodes. Like, the nuke... the heat from the nuke isn't the bad part. Like, if anything, that nuke stays hot at its core probably for around 7 days, like for a very long time at least. It might be longer. Like the radiation stays around for hundreds of years, so. But the heat from the nuke doesn't do anything ever with nukes, so that's not a thing. Yeah, I know it's still not burning an entire planet. Just the Naruto planet, which is bigger. And more dense. Considering gravity seems to be increased. But that's all of those comments that I can currently see on your screen.
Okay,
Congratulations.
hold on.
I could pull them up on my phone.
Yeah, go ahead and do that
but
right now.
Then it wouldn't be on screen.
I'll be
Oh
down
my
in a
God.
minute or two.
Yeah. Okay. Is it? It's not loading. Load. By the way, I love how Mello says he doesn't have time to text all day back and forth, but then he does that. Like, verbatim. Is that not all the comments? That might be all of them.
I think there was some more that had some replies I didn't get to though. Like 1 or 2 more threads.
I'll read this.
Amaterasu has weird showings, doesn't it? Throughout Naruto, it only really manages to eat Itachi's fire style. You already read this.
Yeah.
So to use it targets. Except it didn't hit Obito. Should have completed the data book where it said Obito uses Kamui. I'm guessing he meant red there. You do know things happen in order, right? It's just funny to read these. But anyways. Obito was only one example. I'm
Yeah, Mello's got
proving the data book
endless examples.
invalid. So what about the parts where the series proves the data book valid, though? What about those parts that
They don't
prove the
count.
data book is actually reliable?
Well, it depends.
There you go. I heard it
Is
here first,
Mello
folks.
arguing for that side? If yes, then it counts. If no, then it doesn't.
This person
It's
put
very
statements in
simple.
quotation marks. In statements can remove the humanity from writing. Did you already read this? People think that
That one I
because
didn't
a
read out
character
loud.
expresses a feeling in a moment, that it should be taken as law. If every character knew how strong each other character was, all the fights would be meaningless because they always know who is gonna win. So that's just verbatim. Not only wrong, but stupid. Naruto and Sasuke knew Ishiki was stronger, and they still fought to win.
Yeah, I could say not all fights would be pointless.
Itachi,
Maybe some, but not all.
Sasuke knew Itachi was stronger. Plus, like sacrifices as well, just in general. You fight knowing you're gonna die. That's not meaningless. And meaningless isn't the correct word to use there, anyways.
Yeah.
Like, even if two characters know who's gonna win in the end, that's the meaning of the fight isn't in determining the winner.
Yeah, because like there might be some cases where sure, like I don't know, bro, like Sasuke versus Yoroi or something like. But even that one, like that's not even true. Like I guess Konkuro versus Mizumi. Yeah, sure. Like if they just knew what the outcome was, they could just move on to the next match. But like,
So what does statements can remove the humanity from writing? Can you think of a statement that removes humanity from writing? For example, I love you is a statement. I would say that's as human as it gets.
I don't know. I don't really. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about because, like, a statement like Haku moves at the speed of light doesn't remove humanity from the writing. It just makes it unrealistic, sure, but it's not like when you talk about humanity, I'm thinking like character wise, not like what their strength level is.
Plus, regardless, like this is clearly in reference. Like there'd be no reason of commenting this if it wasn't in reference to the Amaterasu thing. So how he's clearly implying the statement of Amaterasu burning hot removes humanity from writing.
Maybe it
Really
burns
curious what he
humanity.
means by that.
It burns humanity away from the
Yeah, maybe
writing.
that's what he means, is that Amaterasu burns so hot, it removed humanity.
Wow.
It erased them.
Mello has a 1v3
From the
anime
writing, yeah.
debate. Spoiler, they don't win. That's crazy, bro.
I know. It's so funny. Oh, it's members only.
Yeah. Has to
We
become
still-
a member if you want to watch.
Can we still view the comments? Do I not have it pulled up? No, I don't. I don't think we can view those comments anymore. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that is why I wanted to view those comments quickly. Oh well.
I mean, like I
Like if
said,
Momoshiki's gonna make a chakra fruit. What's wrong with
I guess
that?
hypothetically, Jigen could have like. I mean, this gets into like dimension travel ability stuff, but like, Amado looks so weird without his glasses.
I mean, there's no people. It's genetics. Bro, by the way, you know that's like not true, right? You know, like everyone in Naruto doesn't go back to Kaguya.
Huh?
Not everyone in Naruto goes back to Kaguya.
Maybe Mike goes back like
I think you know that.
in Descent.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay. Just making sure.
I mean, you could say this is the Hakuramo filler arc thing, that the chakra goes back to Kaguya because she had Hagoromo, and then Hagoromo spread his chakra around to people. But people have chakra anyway, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, not everyone's
The
genetically.
anime kind of implies they didn't with that Hagoromo stuff, though.
I know.
Like in the
that's what-
manga, they did. In the anime, they kind of didn't.
That's what I'm saying, bro. The anime just
yeah.
contradicts things in that filler.
Like if Hagoromo gave them chakra, then they don't have bloodline limits and they can't pass on bloodline limits, which is why they have normal people with chakra. But I didn't mean that. I mean descendants in general.
Yeah, exactly. They're not.
Like-
because that just she's not the
Yeah,
first
like
person.
Kaguya was not Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
She came to a planet that already had people, and she didn't give birth with every single male on the planet. She only did it with one.
She released several people from the infant Tsukiyomi.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, no. Anyone who says that is either talking about
Anyway.
chakra or just wrong.
Yeah. By the way, that gets into another weird thing that we'll talk on another time of I'd argue inconsistencies of the Hagoromo filler arc.
I know.
Why did Kaguya release people from the infinite Tsukiyomi just to put them back in through the ritual over time?
She wanted people to just be alive. Even if we've
I don't
never said
know.
it.
We'll
you
talk
and
about
I are
it another time.
podcasters. I love the Naruto reference. Naruto and Sasuke retrieval arc. Even if we've never said it. You and
I was
are
thinking if we needed
friends.
to make a new banner, that could be it.
Yeah. Which works really well with the #1 hyperactive knuckleheaded podcast. It's another Naruto
That's what I was
reference.
thinking, yeah. Exactly. I was thinking we put
Kamui's
it as.
video. Which video?
That's well, first of all, it was going through your comment section, but also your video in general.
Which one?
At this point, it's been so long, I don't remember exactly what I want to talk on. But if you give me a minute, I will. I'm sure.
Was it
Because there's
my,
something I wanted to call you out on, something
the
that you
Yamato
said or
and
did in the
Koji
video. I
one?
was
My
like,
chapter
oh,
review?
really?
What video?
It had to be your chapter review. It was not your latest one. Your latest one was really interesting. By the way, I had no idea you were making that video. Like, and that shows progress right there. It wasn't a chapter review or spoiler. That's like the first time that's happened in like a year. It feels.
I know. That's the one that I it took me like a month to just get it edited because everyone kept just backing out. I was like, bro, it's not even a long video.
Jesus. Like, not only did I not know, like that video was gonna come out, I didn't even know you were making that video, which is
Yeah.
interesting because I thought I knew all the videos we were working on.
No, I have so many random I technically have way more videos I'm quote unquote working on than you realize. I just bounce around them all the time.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that one was just the reason I made that video was because I was like, there's just one line of another video that will be coming out hopefully soon. That I know, just like, I kind of just want to be able to say I talked about this in a previous video, so I can just brush past it instead of spending like 12 minutes explaining it. I always want to gloss over this part because I knew it's like I could just say it, but I was like that this is the case. But I was like, I gotta prove it, so I'm gonna make a video on it. It's the only reason I decided to do that.
I feel like at this point I need to rewatch your chapter review just to remember exactly what I wanted to say about it. But I wanted to argue vehemently with you with things that you said in it. One of the things I think was you either did or didn't call Jura's black orb the Biju bomb, and I was either gonna praise you or hate you forever. I don't remember what you did.
I don't remember what I did either. I did it live. I just like recorded it.
Yeah.
I remember I spent a while talking about the fact that he closed one eye, which is weird because like the whole eye thing, the eye thing at the Rinnegan, how that has nothing to do with the Biju bomb in the past. So I don't really know why he's doing it. Like I remember I went on over. I probably called it a Biju bomb, but then discussed how it's weird that it's a Biju bomb given what he's doing. If I had to guess, but it's like, what else was I gonna call it?
A lot of things. Something I thought of, by the way. The layer they went to, I think we had already talked about this. The layer they went to of Orochimaru, that could have been any of Orochimaru's previously abandoned layers as well. So Orochimaru might not know.
It could be. The only thing is, I don't know if he had that exact snake with the orb in its mouth design on any of them besides the Naruto Gaiden one. So that might be a new design.
Yeah,
of course,
but we also
does that really matter?
we also
No, because they can
haven't
just
got
say it wasn't one of his. But
yeah. It's also Kodachi's, from my knowledge, first time drawing Orochimaru's lair. So that could also be a difference. He could also be like trying to replicate an aesthetic from the past.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say it's
If anything, it should look like Orochimaru's lair if it is.
Yeah. So like, I won't say that has to be it, but it definitely looks like the same one. It's certainly an Orochimaru layer with that. Like we know that much. The question is, does it? I mean, what I will, I'm just gonna put this out here, bro. If this is just a random abandoned Orochimaru hideout and Orochimaru doesn't even know about it, bro, that's such wasted potential, bro.
Oh, I know.
Like I would hate that. In fact, I would be mad.
No, that's
that
why I think we did talk about it.
I think that would be one of the
Because
most
we
aggravating
mentioned, like,
things
if
they could
Orochimaru
do.
doesn't know, it'd be terrible.
Like, it's like, it's not just terrible. It's so negatively impacting. It's just like you went out of your way to just add hope and crush it for everyone. Like that just like the dumbest, worst thing. Like just don't have it be Orochimaru's lair then. Just have it be fucking Mount Myoboku or some shit. Like, not no, you can't do that. Like, if Orochimaru has to be directly involved now. like, if they don't do that, they fucked up. Like, that's such an awful.
So, okay,
I don't know what's like. So obviously the time skip thing's like objectively probably worse, but this is almost dumber. Like at that point, like it's almost worse in its own way.
Since he's been to 2, do you think there's more? Do you think he's nomadic to where he just goes place to place, never staying at the same location? Or do you think he has like home bases that he can go between?
Orochimaru or Boruto?
Boruto and Kashinkoji.
I don't know if the Sasuke tree was really a home base or if that was just like a just at the time type of thing.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, like, is he traveling the world, going like not village to village, but like town to town?
It's entirely
like that.
possible.
Like realistically, I don't think there would be any reason why he couldn't just stay in an inn far away.
Yeah, where
and
nobody
live
knows
literally
who
a
Kawaki or
comfortable
Boruto
life.
is.
Yeah.
Or they look like, at least.
Like, he wouldn't have to go far. Like, he could probably say in the land of fire, even.
Yeah, I mean, like, at the very least, outside the land of fire, half these people aren't going to know who either of those people are or what they look like, at least. And he could always just use a different name. Like, there's a lot of things he could do. It'd probably be fine. So I
The
think
Land of
obviously with
Silence would be actually
Orochimaru,
really interesting.
there'd be other
play.
reasons, but to go there.
Yeah. Well, that's another question I was going to ask. You've already technically answered it. Is what percentage of home baseness do each of the places we've seen him visit count as home base? Like, is Orochimaru's lair 80% of where he usually is when he's nowhere else?
But
Is
I mean,
it
that depends on
50%?
whether he
Is
really
it
does
10%?
travel. But I feel
I don't
like
know.
they have a home base just because Kashi Koji has been not moving around as much as Boruto. He seems to be like hanging out at the home base more. So they, I mean, I at least hope that Orochimaru's lair is kind of like the most home base of them all.
Yeah. I think Land of Silence would be really interesting, considering not only like the obvious criminal, but that would also be Boruto accepting the criminalness, which goes along with the lines of he doesn't want Kawaki to be exposed or whatever, as well as the fact that like Boruto has a pre-established relationship in the Land of Silence, which would be like some dramatic irony there as well.
Yeah, with Kara in the anime. So that would work as well. In a completely different way from
Learn about
Orochimaru's
Madara there.
lair. That works like
Could also be
thematically.
why he's like depressed, not depressed, but like, you know, like more emotional, turned away. He's colder. He's also not trustworthy, trusting. He's not trusting of people like Shikamaru.
Trustworthy.
He's
I wouldn't trust Shikadiri either, to be fair. After what Shikadiri's done.
yeah, I don't blame him. Could also be a reason. This would be a bad reason, but a reason nonetheless why he could be stronger than normal. Could have been like
I think Orochimaru's
training
lair
or
works
on
way
edge.
better for that,
in
but
Silence. Yeah, no, I agree, but it's an addition of why he could be.
I
Always
guess.
watching his back. Always training with the thugs.
Yeah, from fucking a random fodder shooting level criminals. That Boruto is beyond in his academy days.
Oh my god. Bro, base Boruto's actually just pretty strong, even in part 1. Like, at the end of part 1, like, low-key, he's way stronger than people realize, which is crazy.
Oh, all of Team 7 is way stronger than people realize. Like,
I mean, yeah.
Mitsuki, Kawaki, like, they're all, like, just look at Kawaki versus Garo. Garo was strong enough that, like, a Jonin Konohamaru was not gonna, like, beat him. And base Kawaki was freaking... Like, he didn't win, to be fair, but he's also heavily fatigued. And you saw what he did. Like, he was putting the work in. Like, and then, you know, Mitsuki can match him in combat training in Chapter 58 just fine. Sarada, he did get the better of. Base Boruto, he did get the better of. But, like, they're all freaking strong. Look at Boruto versus Ao. Like, these kids are Joni level, like, early on.
And as we know, adult Konohamaru stated strongest Jonin in the village. So there you go.
Yeah, like... Now, in the Mujina Bandits, maybe not as much, because Boruto is losing to Shojoji. Like, he's not beating Shojoji by himself. He does land the Rasengan on him. Granted, Tento helps out and stuff, but, like, still. He lands the Rasengan, but then Shojoji just gets up. And then it's like, alright, that was good.
That's
I'm
all
gonna
at the
kill
beginning
you.
of the series.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, it's not till after that he really starts to ramp it up. But, like, by the outfight, Boruto's getting really strong. And Shojoji's also
And I still
strong.
say that Karma amps your base.
It's so weird that the problem is we can't really quantify it because, like, if Boruto got a massive amp in base, it's like, I guess base Mitsuki was just that strong that it's just, like, still better.
I mean, yeah, base Mitsuki was strong. Like,
But he was. I mean, yeah, to be fair, base Mitsuki was just the
People sleeping
strongest
on
for a
him.
really long time. Mitsuki casually was the
Sarada-
strongest member of Team 7 for all of part 1.
he's
Like,
strong. I know, yeah, which is crazy.
like, I still got Sage
But at the
Mitsuki
very least,
putting the work
Karma...
At the very least, the karma heals in base, which that is an amp at the very least. But I still
Yeah,
think
it's a
because it can
hack
do
amp,
that,
but
it's likely it can do other things to increase the power in base.
yeah. I mean, there's
Because why
definitely
would it
logical
be just
reasoning
that
behind
that
it
would have
because,
made
like,
as
for
much
example,
sense?
base Jigen is still really strong. Like, base
Yeah.
Jigen was stronger than base Naruto, for example. Um, and it's like, okay, freaking monk non-shinobi Jigen probably wasn't like the strongest dude around. Maybe he just casually was, but like, if he was that strong, I feel like he would have just been a good vessel. So unless you want to say that Amato is the reason why base Jigen's that strong. But I don't feel like we don't know what that
Because
freaking
we know
black
that
thing in the
Jigen did
stomach
have
is.
scientific ninja tech. Well, it's his core. What can I say?
I mean, it could be, but like I feel like they never really explicitly stated what that was about. Like they should have, I think, but they never did.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a container of Ishiki's power. Because I think Jigen would have died in general without it over time.
But
At the very least, I think when Jigen became 100% genetically Otsutsuki when the Karma Seal extracted, I think Jigen's body couldn't survive that in general, existing like that. And so that was a container necessary, essentially just to allow him to continue to be alive. Because I think Jigen was just slowly dying anyways, regardless of his body cracking or being at 5% chakra or whatever.
yeah, because Jigen was saying, unlike you, Amato, we don't have I don't have time nor options. So like, they would mean you don't have time. Makes it seem like he needs like a vessel like now. Like,
Because Jigen, the monk, should have had chakra. At the very least, he would have after becoming
really, like, yeah,
Otsutsuki.
and that's the
But
thing. Like,
Ishiki is inside Jigen. Ishiki has chakra.
all
And
of
it's
the
like looking at
characters.
Boruto and Momoshiki, base Boruto still has his chakra.
Yeah, every character in Naruto has chakra. They might not know how to produce it, but they all got spiritual and physical energy. Like they have to. They have a soul. They have a body. Like you
Yeah.
have to have those two.
So
You just might
Jigen's,
not know how to produce
it's
the
not
chakra with
Ishiki,
it.
but it was. Yeah, it wasn't Ishiki. It was Jigen's body that was breaking down. When was it breaking
Yeah.
down? Because I thought about this. This was weird for me for a while, like a year ago. But it's not when he was high on chakra. Let me rephrase that. It's not when he had a lot of chakra, like when Ishiki reincarnated. It's when he was specifically low on chakra, is when his body was starting to break down. So I'm thinking
Yeah.
he was low on Jigen's chakra, which means Ishiki's chakra was destroying Jigen's body. And Jigen's chakra acted like a resistance in a way to that.
Well, that's where I
But
think
when he doesn't have
the
it,
Ten Tails chakra
yeah.
that he absorbed was for. Like the purpose of that was to basically extend Jigen's chakra. Not the Ishiki
It could also
chakra
be
that he
to
already had a
extend
shitload of in the
Jigen's
Karma
life.
Seal, but like basically to add the Jigen's chakra, like a buffer.
Could have been the same thing Madara was doing, extending his life with it.
That as well was the other option. That it's merely just to keep Jigen from dying as quickly. But I mean, that sounds like it would be for a similar reason anyway. Probably, maybe both. Because he did it multiple times. He said, "I'm
In the
taking
case of
more chakra
Madara,
again." But what did he do in the past? Who was he fighting that he needed it for? So keeping him alive works.
yeah. In the case of Madara, he's still aged, but first of all, he's not genetically Otsutsuki, and Ishiki wouldn't have aged anyways. Like, he literally just didn't age. So of course Jigen wouldn't, as he
It's also
turned
the
into
Ten Tails, not
Ishiki
the Ghetto
genetically.
statue. Those should have a better effect.
That as well. I was also thinking, when Madara disconnected, he instantly died. That could be a body shock thing, in the same way that like Naruto Retsuden, when Naruto lost all his chakra, he could die from that. So like they had to do it to where they didn't do that. Not all his chakra, a big amount of chakra at once. It would apply a shock to the body. In the same way the Yamanaka mind transfer does a shock to the body, which damages the user. Anyways,
So the point here being that
I mean, I'm gonna let
it
you
could be
say that
that,
because
or
you
it could
said
just
it
be
wrong.
Madara.
What you said just isn't true the way you said it. So
Whatever. Nah, I said
I'll
it
let you-
fine. But it could also be Madara was just doing it wrong or didn't either have the know or means to do it right, and Jigen with his Shinjutsu siphoned the chakra correctly to actually increase his lifespan in the way it's intended, rather than the way Madara did it, which worked but not the way it was supposed to.
I feel like it's probably more so just the fact that it's the Ten Tails because Boruto being 100% at Sasuke doesn't stop him from aging. Kawaki allegedly being 100% at Sasuke doesn't stop him from aging. Although Jigen ate a name in an age. So I mean, I guess I don't
Yeah.
really know, but you know, but Otsutsuki's do age, so something about the Ten Tails chakra
Could be a thing of
could just
if
be.
they want to. It could be like an active thing, like the healing.
Yeah, maybe like if Boruto just knew that he could do this and he wanted to not age, he could just not age.
Yeah.
The fact that it
But
mentions does not
Boruto
apply to
and
Ada
Kawaki would
Damon
want to
because the fact
age.
that Damon's just choosing to stay as like a 10-year-old kid is hilarious. She's like,
I
oh,
mean,
I love
bro,
being a kid. Like,
when I was 10, I would have chosen to stay as a 10-year-old probably. I don't know. I could see it being something someone would do. Look at Timmy Turner. He stayed in the 5th grade for like 70 years.
Ash Ketchum
Canonically.
from Pokemon.
Exactly. Bart Simpson. Elementary school for 3 decades. Anyways. Even South
Alright, what
Park.
does chat have to say?
4th grade for millennia. Nothing new. Well, a little bit new, but you know. Do you want me to read it or you got it?
You got it.
I knew you were gonna say that. Okay.
I'm so tired.
Let's say Kaguya does come back to the story. Logically, she would be Boruto's enemy since he's essentially Momoshiki. So I disagree, because the reason Kaguya viewed Momoshiki as an enemy is because Momoshiki was viewing Kaguya as an enemy. So you can see where the conflict there came from. It was not from Boruto, but from Momoshiki.
Yeah.
Like, if Momoshiki didn't want to be enemies with Kaguya, she would have no reason to fight them. And they'd be on their way.
To be fair
Anyway,
though,
so-
he says because Boruto is Momoshiki for the reasoning behind that.
Well, when he says that, first of all, Boruto's not Momoshiki. And second of all, that would be an if. Like, in that case, he would be Borushiki, not Momoshiki. Yeah?
I love how Borushiki
okay.
is such a like name that we give to everyone, but it just doesn't actually exist in the story. It's like Borushiki, we act like he's a different character. Nah. Literally just Momoshiki. That's like calling Four Tails Naruto like
By the way,
a new character.
I was thinking about this earlier in stream, but I don't want to do actual thought into it. Was Momoshiki and Kinshiki's plan to create a chakra fruit from the earth when they first came? Was that something they were already planning to do?
Bro, they have I feel like the wording was kind of mixed around to make it kind of confusing. On one hand, it's just like we're just gonna absorb the chakra of the Biju and that'll be like a chakra fruit. On the other hand, it's oh yeah, no, we're gonna recombine them, create a 10 tails, plant it in the ground, and absorb the chakra of the planet to produce a chakra fruit. And I was like, all right, well, which is a a short plan or the long plan?
But then it seems like they were
They were only interested in the pills. Like, they didn't turn Killer Bee into a fruit, and they didn't wait to capture the Nine Tails to use Killer Bee's chakra. They just straight up immediately turned Killer Bee's chakra into the pills, and then just ate them whenever. So, it's same with Naruto. Like, he was so impatient, it seemed like he didn't care about turning him into a fruit. He just wanted the pills.
Yeah,
Like, he could have just brought a Ten Tails with him, unless it's some clan rule we don't know about, or if they're short on Ten Tails or something. Like, I feel like they could have got Ishiki's Ten Tails, maybe even. I don't know. Like,
I
they didn't
mean,
need to do that.
yeah.
You could even say, plus they took Naruto to an alternate dimension, and obviously that was just to drain his chakra or whatever, but like, they could have done that at Earth. Just go somewhere else. But anyways, then we wouldn't have a cool location to fight in. But yeah. It seems like they were really there for Kaguya's sector anyways, but then they had their own goals. And then Urishiki was throwing a wrench in their plans as well, maybe. Whole bunch of stuff. He just wanted to be immortal. Anyway, so he also says Apex Calibre. Stupid theory, Borushiki flies to the Otsutsuki homeworld or something. Cause that dude still needs to report back, doesn't he? Especially with the Shinjuu gaining consciousness. I don't think that's a stupid theory, but I'm also pretty sure, didn't you also say that on the Cloud Pod earlier today? I could have sworn they read that like comment word for word. Maybe not word for word, but the idea that Borushiki flies to the Otsutsuki homeworld. In fact, I remember Mello specifically was complaining about it, being like, oh, the other Otsutsuki's not going to value Momoshiki. He lost to a 14-year-old little boy. Like, they're going to kill Momoshiki. They're just going to seal him in this palace realm because Momoshiki's not a man. And he was like talking about Jigen, like, oh man, Jigen was just sitting there in like his chair with his hand in his cheek. Like, he has no aura or presence. He's just boring. Like, he said this verbatim. Why didn't, like, instead of sitting in his chair with his hand on his cheek, why didn't Jigen, quote unquote, puff his chest out and be a man and like stand on business? What do you mean puff his chest out? Like, I don't know why Mello wants the Otsutskis or just all villains to just be strong, buff, muscular, masculine men. Like straight out of like like a boxing anime or something. Like, go watch Baki the Grappler if you want.
They gotta like walk the walk and all that shit.
Like, all bro cares about is muscles, apparently, and being big. Like, if Momoshiki was just heavier, I guess Ishiki, I guess Mello would have just loved him.
Apparently,
Like, does Mello hate Haku? The most feminine man in Naruto?
probably.
Oh my god. And can I just say, the quote, losing to a 14-year-old kid, I detest that quote. It's the stupidest thing in the series. Like, 99% of people would lose to the 14-year-old kid because being 14 or a kid has nothing to do with it. 14-year-old kids in our real world are nothing like Boruto. 14-year-old kid. Any
I know.
14-year-old kid in anime is gonna be strong. Like, you look at Dragon Ball, I know you don't know this, but Broly was born with a power level of like 10,000. Broly would just fodderized like the entire Narutoverse, basically. Not really, but you get the idea. It's like, oh my god, he lost to a 0-year-old. He lost to a newborn. He's the worst character ever. That's just not how that works. Like, it's anime.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, the fact that they have a power system at all that we don't. They have chakra that doesn't have to do with age in the first place.
not only that, but like the what am I trying to say? The whole L's I'm kind of scattered over here because I'm really getting tired, honestly. Maybe I should just save this for another stream.
I know.
I'm getting really sleepy.
And plus, we're streaming tomorrow, so.
Yeah, which is
Oh,
crazy.
do we want to like
considering
announce
how
that, by
I
the
was
way?
up like this late last night. It's the stupid salad, bro. The salad. A lot of times, those salads just make me sleepy, bro. It's ever since I ate that salad earlier,
Crazy.
which was like
Okay.
4 hours ago, but still.
Okay, well, I guess really quickly, reading the rest of the comment. Because that dude still needs to report back, doesn't he? I don't think he, even if he does, I don't think he cares to. And the situation's changed, so I think it'd be okay if he didn't. Especially with the Shinjuu gaining consciousness, I don't think that has anything to do with it. First of all, we don't know if the Otsutsuki even know what that means. Second of all, I don't think they would care. Plus, like, the Shinjuu want to do what the God Tree wanted to do anyways.
But
If anything, it might just be a good thing. Like, it's not only a stronger God Tree, it's multiple God Trees.
yeah.
Like, they can just evolve. And if anything, if they can evolve without devouring the entirety of an Otsutsuki, if just like part of it can evolve, then even better. But last comment, can you get around Damon's reflection hacks? I'm just going to stop reading the comment there. The answer is no. No, you cannot get around Damon's reflection hacks. It's impossible. So thank you everyone for watching the
If
Walky
you
Talky
think about
podcast.
not
I'm glad
attacking
that
him,
we've been
I don't think it
talking
matters.
and
Like, because he still
walking.
reflects actions anyway, regardless of the intent. They're like two separate things. So if you still do the action, he can still reflect that regardless, based off what we've seen at least.
Like, I don't get how people don't understand that. Like, Kawaki blasted him when he was asleep, and he was blasting Code, not him, so intention doesn't matter. He doesn't have to be aware. He doesn't have to be freaking awake. When Code tried to put the claw mark on him, he wasn't trying to hurt him. He was testing to see what would happen.
Yeah.
Damon wasn't even aware of it. It still went on Code.
Yeah.
Like, it's so obvious. In every freaking case you have, it's so obvious. But that's that. And over and out.
Yeah. Over.
Oh my
and
god,
out.
I just realized.
Oh, sorry, I did.
You have to end it, but I'm still streaming on my end.
I was waiting for you to.
I wonder how that works.
I was waiting for you to end it. Yeah, good thing you noticed that. I would have just like closed out thinking you ended it.